What is up guys, Anthony here, and today I'm going to be doing my first leaks and rumors video, and it's going to be on the Pixel 4. So I'm really excited to do this video. I've never done one like it before, and I'm just going to go over what we know so far about the Google Pixel 4 and what I would like to see personally come out on this year's model. It is finally October, so that means that it's going to be released anytime this month. I think the last thing I saw about the announcement was the 14th or the 15th. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to see what Google has cooked up this year. Google pretty much leaked their Pixel 4. There's a lot of stuff going on around the internet, and there's a lot of stuff we know, especially based around this one video. So it's like an advert from Google, and it pretty much just shows this girl or this lady using the Google Pixel 4 and doing gestures on it. Using gestures on a phone isn't a new concept. It's been around since I think the Galaxy S3. I remember seeing like an ad that you can swipe away your phone call if you don't want to answer it or something like that. But even recently, the LG G8 has been using and pushing these gesture controls. You can do like presets and stuff like that to open apps and stuff like that, but it just looks really weird. It doesn't look as intuitive, but of course in this video it looks really intuitive. It looks really awesome. The music that they play just makes it all look so cohesive, and a lot of the time you do have dirty fingers and you don't want to touch your display, but come on, if your phone is waterproof, just give it a rinse and you don't have to worry about doing the gesture at 8 inches or 12 inches to try to get it to match up to where the sensor can reach. I just think it looks kind of ridiculous. I don't think I would ever use it even if I did get the phone. So that's the main thing that we get from this video. But in this video, we do see a lot of the design elements that Google put in this year's Pixel 4. So I don't know if this is the Google Pixel XL or just the regular Pixel, but the notch is gone. So you do have a big forehead, you don't have a chin at all, and it just looks a little more clean. Who knows what they're housing in the forehead of the phone, but now you do have what appears to be like an all-screen design, so it looks really nice. It looks better than the notch for sure, but again, we don't know if this is the Pixel 4 XL, and if it is, then of course we know the notch is gone. If it isn't, there could be a version where the notch is still alive. On the back, we get a glimpse of this at the very end of the video, but it does look to be all glass. There was another leak flying around. Someone showed like a hands-on video with the Google Pixel 4, and you can see that it is all glass. So this is in line with all the competitors now. They are getting rid of that two-tone design finally. I personally liked it. I think it was really cool, very unique, but it was going to come to an end eventually, and I guess that's this year. So that's what we see on the back. They don't show off the camera in this video, but like I said, in that other hands-on video that we see, you can clearly see that there's a big camera housing. I did a little digging and found a really good high-quality picture of it online. Not that hard to find, but this is on Best Buy's site, and it's a full picture of the back of the Google Pixel 4, and it shows that big camera housing. In the housing, we see two separate cameras, a mic and a flash, and then one other sensor that I'm not quite sure its purpose or its function. So up to this point, I don't know what that second camera does. I don't think anyone does. It's not officially announced yet. A lot of people are speculating that this is going to be a wide-angle camera, and that could be the case because then it would be in line with the Samsung flagship and the new iPhone 11 Pro Max. So I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be, but who knows? It could be something completely different. A lot of people are saying that Google's going to introduce their own version of Face ID. I really hope this is not true. This is one of those that I don't want to come true at all. I used Face ID first with the iPhone 10 when it was just announced. So I was a fan of Face ID at first. With the iPhone 10, I used it a lot and I was really ecstatic about using it. It was fun, it was new. But as time went on, I realized how inaccurate it was and how many times I just wished I could put my fingerprint on the display and be done with it. So my own experiences with Face ID have been good and bad. So I guess I'd probably give Face ID like 3 stars out of 5. It's been okay for the most part. It does its job, but there's a lot of inconsistency with it. And that's what I hate the most about Face ID. So I really hope that doesn't happen. Instead, I really hope they push for an in-fingerprint display sensor because that is where a lot of the other flagships are headed towards. And just because, Apple has to introduce their Face ID doesn't mean every other phone has to as well. So, like I said, I really hope that's not the case with the Google Pixel 4. I hope they strive to make more advances in the display technology. So, one thing is for sure, we're either getting an in-fingerprint display or we're getting that Face ID. With the introduction of the Google Pixel 3a, we saw the revival of the headphone jack. So, my wish for this year's model is that it makes a comeback as well. I really enjoy having it there just because sometimes when I'm in other people's cars and I don't have my Bluetooth, it makes it really easy to just plug it in and go. But if you don't have that, and especially if you have like a Pixel with a USB-C type, not everyone has that USB-C to 3.5 millimeter headphone adapter. I think it's just nice to have for those occasional situations where you just wish you had it. One thing that a lot of people complain about, and not just with the Pixel phones, with a lot of other phones as well, is the RAM. My base lineup would be like this, and this would be a perfect introduction model. So it would have 6 gigabytes of RAM, it would have 64 gigabytes of storage, which I know some of you guys are not going to agree with, but that's enough for me. I do a lot of streaming, so all my music is streamed. I stream Hulu, Netflix, YouTube. A lot of the stuff I don't need stored on my phone, so I'm not a big consumer of storage. I think 64 is okay for the starting model. I heard a leak that Google is going to try to increase the prices again this year. I don't agree with that at all. No matter how much I love the Pixel phones, I've always thought that you get too little with these phones. So just because they have an amazing camera doesn't mean that all around it's a great smartphone. There are some features that are cool and unique to the Pixel, and I do like the Pixel as a phone, but I don't think it's enough for the asking price. So I would like to see it start at $699. That would be awesome, and if I didn't just upgrade, I'd probably get the Google Pixel 4 if it did start at that price point, but not any more than that. So one last thing that I would like to see improve on this year's model is a display. The Pixel phones have always had problems with their display, whether it be a blue tint, a burn-in problem, or anything like that. Something about the display has just always been off with the Google Pixel models. When you're looking at one, it's not really as immersive as other phones, such as the Galaxy, the iPhone. Even the LG displays are better in my opinion than the ones found on the Pixel. So they really need some improvement, but once you're watching video, once you're scrolling through Instagram, you don't really notice the color. It kind of just becomes a second thought. You're not really nitpicking the colors too much and the color accuracy. So the thing that I really want to see Google work on is the brightness, because the brightness has always suffered on these displays. They're not bad when you're indoors, but they could be a little brighter. Where you do see them suffer is in outdoor situations. They get really dim, and I just don't like using the displays in the sunlight. It's just really bad, so they really need to focus on that if they do anything at all to the display. So all around, the Google Pixel 4 is looking like it's going to be a great phone. I'm really excited to see what Google comes out with. So if you guys have any thoughts or comments or even opinions about the Google Pixel 4, just let me know down in the comments. I'd love to talk to you guys about it. But that's going to be it for this video, so I'll see you guys in the next one.